Did you know that unresolved conflicts can shorten your lifespan? According to a study by the University of California, couples who frequently argue without resolution have a 43% higher risk of early death. Shocking, right? It turns out that the stress from constant conflict isn't just bad for your relationship, it's bad for your health too. But it doesn't have to be this way. Imagine a world where conflicts bring you closer instead of tearing you apart. A place where disagreements lead to understanding and growth. Sounds impossible? It's not. In this video, we're going to uncover the secrets to resolving conflicts without hurting each other. We'll explore the power of active listening and empathy, discover the art of constructive communication, and learn the magic of effective compromise. Plus, we'll reveal how taking a timeout can save your relationship and how to rebuild trust after hurtful conflicts. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to transform your disagreements into opportunities for connection and understanding. Ready to change the way you handle conflict forever? Let's dive in. 1. The secret sauce: active listening and empathy. Conflict resolution begins with active listening and empathy. These skills are the secret sauce to resolving disputes without hurting each other. Studies show that couples who practice active listening have a 70% higher success rate in conflict resolution. The key is to really hear what your partner is saying. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Listen with the intent to understand. Dr. John Gottman, a renowned relationship expert, emphasizes the importance of turning towards your partner. This means acknowledging their feelings and showing interest in their concerns. It's about making your partner feel valued and understood. For instance, instead of dismissing their feelings, say, "I hear you. It sounds like you're really upset about this." Empathy goes hand in hand with active listening. It's about putting yourself in your partner's shoes. A study by the Journal of Marriage and Family found that couples who practice empathy report higher levels of satisfaction and lower levels of conflict. Try to imagine how they're feeling and why. This helps you respond with compassion rather than defensiveness. Here's a simple technique: repeat back what your partner says. This shows you're paying attention and helps clarify any misunderstandings. For example, "So, what I'm hearing is that you're feeling neglected when I spend too much time at work. Is that right?" Using I statements instead of you statements can also make a big difference. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when I'm interrupted." This shifts the focus from blame to expressing your own feelings, which is less likely to provoke a defensive response. Remember, it's not about winning or losing. It's about understanding each other. Dr. Sue Johnson, author of Hold Me Tight, says, "We are never so vulnerable as when we love. Being vulnerable and open can strengthen your bond. When your partner feels heard, they're more likely to listen to you in return. It creates a cycle of positive communication." So next time a conflict arises, take a deep breath and listen with empathy. You'll be amazed at how it can transform your relationship. 2. Calm in the storm: mastering emotional regulation. Keeping your cool during conflicts is crucial. Emotional regulation is the ability to manage and respond to your feelings in a healthy way. It's not always easy, but it's vital for resolving conflicts without causing harm. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that people who can regulate their emotions have better relationships and lower stress levels. The first step is to recognize your emotions. Are you angry, frustrated, or hurt? Naming your feelings can help you gain control over them. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for emotional regulation. A study in the Journal of Psychosomatic Research found that mindfulness can reduce emotional reactivity and improve relationship satisfaction. Practice being present in the moment. Focus on your breath or the sensations in your body. This can help calm your mind and prevent you from saying something you'll regret. Taking a timeout is another effective strategy. If you feel your emotions escalating, it's okay to take a break. Step away for a few minutes to cool down. This isn't avoiding the issue, it's giving yourself time to collect your thoughts. When you return to the conversation, you'll be in a better frame of mind to address the conflict constructively. Deep breathing exercises can also help. Try taking slow, deep breaths to calm your nervous system. This simple technique can lower your heart rate and reduce feelings of anxiety or anger. It's amazing how something so simple can have such a profound effect. Another tip is to use positive self-talk. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel upset and that you can handle this situation. Positive affirmations like, "I can stay calm and communicate clearly," can boost your confidence and help you stay composed. Dr. Brené Brown, author of Daring Greatly, emphasizes the importance of vulnerability in relationships. She says, "Staying vulnerable is a risk we have to take if we want to experience connection. By managing your emotions, you can approach conflicts with an open heart, fostering deeper connections." 3 words matter: the art of constructive communication. Constructive communication is key in resolving conflicts without causing harm. The way we talk can either calm a situation or ignite it. According to a study by the University of Washington, couples who communicate positively have a 93% chance of staying together. So, choosing your words carefully is crucial. Start by avoiding absolute statements like always and never. These words often exaggerate the issue and make your partner feel attacked. Instead, focus on the specific behavior that's bothering you. For example, instead of saying, "You never help around the house," try, "I feel overwhelmed when I don't get help with chores." Timing is everything. Bringing up a sensitive topic when your partner is tired or stressed is likely to lead to an argument. Find a time when both of you are calm and relaxed. This sets the stage for a more productive conversation. Nonverbal communication is just as important. Dr. Albert Mehrabian's research shows that 93% of communication is nonverbal. Your tone, facial expressions, and body language can either support or undermine your words. Make sure your nonverbal cues align with your message. For instance, maintaining eye contact shows that you're engaged and sincere. Use I statements to express your feelings without blaming your partner. This simple shift in language can reduce defensiveness. For example, say, "I feel hurt when I'm not included in your plans," instead of, "You always leave me out." Listening is a big part of constructive communication. Show your partner that you're listening by nodding or making small verbal acknowledgments like "I see" or "That makes sense." This encourages them to keep sharing and shows that you value their perspective. Paraphrasing is another useful technique. Restate what your partner has said in your own words to ensure you've understood them correctly. For example, "So, you're saying that you feel ignored when I'm on my phone during dinner. Is that right?" Avoid interrupting. Let your partner finish their thoughts before you respond. This shows respect and allows them to fully express themselves. If you feel the urge to interrupt, take a deep breath and remind yourself to wait. Ask open-ended questions to encourage deeper conversation. Instead of yes/no questions, ask things like, "How do you feel about this?" Or "What can we do to make this better?" This invites your partner to share more and helps you both find a solution. End your conversations on a positive note. Even if you haven't resolved everything, acknowledge the progress you've made and express appreciation for your partner's willingness to communicate. This leaves both of you feeling more connected and hopeful. 4. Find a middle ground, effective compromise strategies. Compromise is essential in any relationship. It's about finding a solution that works for both partners. According to a survey by the National Marriage Project, couples who regularly compromise report higher satisfaction in their relationships. It's a skill worth mastering. Start by identifying the core issue. Sometimes conflicts arise from misunderstandings or deeper concerns. Take the time to understand what's really bothering you and your partner. This helps you focus on solving the right problem. A helpful technique is the win-win approach. Instead of thinking in terms of winning or losing, aim for a solution where both of you get something you need. This mindset shift can make a huge difference. For instance, if one of you wants to save money and the other wants a vacation, find a budget-friendly travel option that satisfies both. Be willing to give a little. Compromise involves flexibility and willingness to meet halfway. Dr. Scott Stanley, a relationship expert, suggests thinking of compromise as a dance. It's about moving together in harmony, rather than pushing against each other. Set clear boundaries. Know what you're willing to compromise on and what you're not. Communicate these boundaries clearly to your partner. This helps prevent resentment and ensures that both of you feel respected. Practice empathy. Try to see the situation from your partner's perspective. This can help you understand their needs and find a solution that considers both of your viewpoints. Empathy fosters cooperation and reduces conflict. Brainstorm together. Sit down and come up with as many solutions as you can. Don't judge any ideas at this stage. Once you have a list, evaluate each option and find the one that works best for both of you. This collaborative approach can lead to creative and effective compromises. Keep your eye on the bigger picture. Remember why you're together and what you love about each other. This can help you stay focused on finding a solution that strengthens your relationship rather than tearing it apart. Stay patient. Compromise takes time and effort. Don't rush the process. Give yourselves the space to discuss, reflect, and come back to the conversation if needed. Patience shows that you're committed to finding a resolution that works for both of you. 5. The power of pause. When to take a timeout. Taking a timeout during a heated argument can be a game changer. It's a strategy that helps prevent saying things you might regret. Research from the Journal of Family Psychology shows that couples who use timeouts effectively have better conflict resolution skills. It's not about avoiding the issue, it's about giving yourself space to cool down. When emotions are running high, it's hard to think clearly. That's why a timeout is so helpful. It allows both partners to step back, breathe, and gather their thoughts. Dr. John Gottman, in his book The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, recommends taking at least a 20-minute break. This gives your body enough time to calm down physiologically. During the timeout, do something relaxing. Go for a walk, listen to music, or practice deep breathing. The goal is to reduce stress and gain perspective. Avoid ruminating on the conflict, as this can increase negative emotions. Instead, focus on calming activities that help clear your mind. It's crucial to agree on a specific time to resume the conversation. This prevents the timeout from turning into avoidance. Say something like, "Let's take a 30-minute break and then talk again." This shows that you're committed to resolving the issue and respects both of your needs for space. Communicate your need for a timeout calmly. Instead of storming off, say, "I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. Can we take a break and continue this discussion later?" This approach reduces the risk of escalating the conflict. Respect your partner's request for a timeout. If they ask for a break, honor it without arguing. Trust that they'll return to the conversation when they're ready. This mutual respect strengthens your relationship and builds trust. After the timeout, approach the conversation with a fresh perspective. Start by acknowledging your partner's feelings. This sets a positive tone and shows that you're ready to listen and understand. For example, "I appreciate you taking the time to cool down. Let's talk about what's been bothering us." Use the break to reflect on your own behavior. Ask yourself if there's anything you could have handled differently. This self-awareness can lead to more constructive communication and fewer arguments in the future. 6. Rebuilding trust, healing after hurtful conflicts. Rebuilding trust after a conflict can be challenging, but it's possible with effort and commitment. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, couples who actively work on rebuilding trust report higher satisfaction and longevity in their relationships. Start by acknowledging the hurt. Apologize sincerely for any pain caused during the conflict. A heartfelt apology goes a long way in mending broken trust. Dr. Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, says, "A sincere apology can restore trust, even in the most damaged relationships." Transparency is key. Be open and honest about your feelings and actions. This helps rebuild trust by showing that you have nothing to hide. Share your thoughts and emotions, even if they're difficult. This vulnerability fosters deeper connections. Consistency is crucial in rebuilding trust. Follow through on your promises and commitments. Consistent behavior over time shows that you're reliable and trustworthy. If you promise to change a certain behavior, make sure you stick to it. Show empathy towards your partner's feelings. Understand that rebuilding trust takes time and patience. Listen to their concerns without getting defensive. Empathy helps your partner feel understood and valued. Dr. Brené Brown, in her book Rising Strong, emphasizes the importance of empathy in healing relationships. She writes, "Empathy is the antidote to shame and pain." By showing empathy, you're helping your partner heal and rebuild trust. Engage in trust-building activities together. Spend quality time doing things you both enjoy. This positive shared experience helps reinforce your bond and rebuild trust. Whether it's a hobby, a date night, or just a walk in the park, these moments matter. Practice forgiveness. Holding on to grudges only prolongs the healing process. Choose to forgive and move forward. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, but it does mean letting go of the hurt and working towards a better future. Communication is vital. Keep the lines of communication open and honest. Talk about your feelings and listen to your partner's concerns. This ongoing dialogue helps prevent misunderstandings and builds a stronger foundation of trust. Seek professional help if needed. Sometimes, rebuilding trust requires the guidance of a therapist. A professional can provide tools and strategies to help both partners navigate the healing process. Don't hesitate to reach out for support.